Hello everyone, and welcome to Simple Industrial Foregoing by Bus135. Now, if you don't know what this mod is, it is a reinvention of the Mine Factory Reloaded machines. And if you don't know what Mine Factory Reloaded is, it's just a bunch of useful machines, mostly for mob farms and such. And in general, they're pretty useful machines. So let's get into it. As you see, we have a ton of stuff. Yep. And I will show you what all of this does. So, first, to get started with the mod, we'll need these two machines. The 3 fluid extractor and the latex processing unit. With them, we'll get tiny dry rubber, from which we'll get dry rubber. And those are used for plastic, and that is in a lot of the recipes for the machines and upgrades and such. So yeah, it's going to be very beneficial if you want to actually use this mod. So for the 3 fluid extractor, you just need to place a piece of wood in front of it, and slowly but surely it will create latex from it. Now I'm not sure how many buckets it takes to destroy the entire piece of tree. Now you'll see that it will chop it in a bit, but I think around 2 to 4 buckets will break one piece of wood. So yeah, by the way, if you have just enough items, which, well, why don't you? There is information for all of the machines, or at least most of them. The more recent machines don't have it, but if you're watching this later on, hopefully all of them do. So, the 3 fluid collects latex from blocks of wood in front of it. Yeah, pretty simple premise. And so like this, it will create latex, the fluid, and after a while, we can get it and put it in the latex processing unit with water and make latex. Or at least tiny bits of it. So let's get latex and water, mix them up, and you'll see we get tiny dry rubber. Now tiny dry rubber, we make 9 of them into dry rubber, smelt it into plastic, and we can make machines. Pretty simple, if you ask me. So yeah, next we'll get into some of the generators. Because, well, if you want to use these machines, you need power for them. And so we've got the petrified fuel generator, and this one uses fuel to make power. So it's like a furnace generator from extra utilities. Now, it doesn't work with all fuels though, as I've tested with the lava bucket, it doesn't work for it. And I would assume that that is just because the lava bucket, well, it's not only lava, so it would probably want to consume the bucket too. So yeah, that's my theory on it. Otherwise, I don't know why. And the other generator that we have from the mod is the bioreactor with the biofuel generator. They come together. So for the bioreactor, you put some crops. Now you have the same premise, you cannot put all crops, only certain ones, but most should work as seeds. Now keep in mind the max limit for a slot in the machine is 16, not 64. And that will slowly create buckets of biofuel. One piece of seed makes 1 millibucket. And you can use that biofuel to make power. So let's get some biofuel from here, a pretty nice purple, and boom, we get power. Now, I have to note the library mod for this is Tesla Core Lib. It adds some crafting recipes, upgrades and such, and as you see, the machines here use Tesla, but if you look at the one probe, it is the same as RF, so you don't have anything to worry about. You can just power it with RF if you want to. By it, I mean the machines. And so, those are the generators. Pretty simple, again. Now, next, let's get these, and we'll get into the enchanting machines. Now, these are pretty interesting. So, we've got the enchantment invoker, applicator, extractor, the potion innovator, and the enchantment Refiner. All of these have specific uses. Now, I would deem the Enchantment Refiner excuse me, the least useful because it's going to be a bit late game or just not used at all. It depends if you're using a machine like the Applied Energistics AMI system or Refined Storage. So yeah, I'll get into this later. Now, let's start with the Enchantment Invoker. Now, this enchants items with a level 30 enchant using 3 buckets of essence. So, if we get some essence here, I'll show you how to make this later on with some of the other machines. So, if we put 3 buckets here, you just put a sword in, and it will give it a random enchant, or enchants. So I got Smite 4, Unbreaking 3, and Looting 3 on this one. Now we put another one with 3 more buckets, and we've got Knockback 2 and Sharpness 4. Now we put yet another one, and well, we get Smite 5 and Looting 3. So it's just a quicker way of making your enchanted stuff, if you still want the random chance. And well, you don't need any lapis for it, which is also pretty nice. Yeah. So next is the Enchantment Applicator. This, when provided with an essence enchanted books and items, it will apply the enchantment to them. Now, I have to say there is a grammar error here. It's to them, not to him, or whatever this is supposed to mean. Yeah, or at least I assume. Yeah, so we put a sword, we put Sharpness 5 for example, some of this essence, and boom, we've got Sharpness 5 on the sword. Now, if you're not happy with any of the enchants here, you will just get a bunch of books, and you get the next machine, the Enchantment Extractor. Now I think this is a bit self-explanatory, but still, when provided with books and enchanted items, it will remove the enchant of the item and apply it to the book. So yeah. So we put Sharpness 5, a book, and boom, we've got Sharpness 5 on a book. Now we can just put a bunch of books here, and we'll get all of the enchantments. Now it will take some time to get all of the enchantments, but yeah, it will work eventually with its time. Now next is the Potion Enervator, and this is just an advanced brewing stand. So it requires power, water, some bottles obviously, and it will make your potions using of the material. So it just makes everything much simpler, and also if you click this button, it logs the inventory, so you can actually even automate it. Now here we've got these slots here. These tell you what of the stuff here says. So energy items, water tank, glass bottles input, ingredients, potion items output, and fluid containers here. So yeah, if you're confused about what something in the machine does, still, well, you can just hover over this, and well, I hope that you won't be confused for any longer. And now the Enchantment Refiner. Now this is a bit of a newer machine. So the Enchantment Refiner, when provided with power, it will sort enchanted items from unenchanted items. So pretty much you put items here, and well, it will sort them, which are enchanted, which are not. Now, I would probably use this only if you want to well, automate something. And so you can click on this and choose which part of the machine will output every part of this. So the no enchanted items, for example, you can put into your AMI system, and the enchanted, just throw them in a trash bin. Yeah. So it's a simple item, but it's kind of a niche use for it. The mob machines. Yeah, let's get that. Also, this. Yeah. So let's start here with this abomination of a mob farm, if I say so myself. So we've got a bunch of the machines here, and well, you'll see what they do. So first we've got the mob duplicator. Now this is from MFR, and it spawns mobs using essence, or clones mobs, with a field imprisonment too. So if we get a cow, for example, like so, put it in a mob imprisonment too, which we'll need for this. See, this is how it's crafted. Yep, pretty simple item if you used MFR, especially. And so you put essence, power, the thing, and it will work. Now, for some of these machines, you can see their working area. So, for example, this will spawn stuff in this area, so that is why I've covered it. So let's get our essence back, and we'll spawn a couple of cows. But before that, let's explain all of the other machines, because otherwise it's going to get very chaotic. Now, the animal resource harvester. This collects milk and wool from animals. So it's a bit niche, but well, it's simple. And also I have paused some of these machines from working because they just constantly drain, and well, that's not good for the power, right? And also if you're on a server, I would assume it's not good for the tick too. Now, I'm not sure for that second one, but probably. So yeah, you should probably pause your machines if they're like this, just for convenience. So yeah, then we've got the animal stock increaser, which feeds the animals, and they will make babies. I won't explain that part though. Now, next we've got the animal independence selector, which will collect the babies and put it behind the machine. Well, the babies have to be in the area of effect, and as you see, most of them will be. And yeah, but there is a specific filter only for this machine. It doesn't work for any other machine, at least for now. And this is the adult filter. Now you just put an egg of some sort, nuggets, plastic, and it will change the filter to an adult. So, well, if you're confused what this does, so instead of baby animals, it will drag the adults here. And that is kind of more useful than just the babies. So yeah, we've also got the mob detector, which will detect the mobs and emit a redstone signal. So obviously the maximum is 15, and I have it so that when we have 15 animals over here, it will shine the light and we'll know that we have to kill them, or well, we can maybe make a contraption where it drops them off into the abyss or something more dark like that. So yeah, and this is all of the machines here, so let's get them going. Yeah, any other pulse machines? Yep. Okay, and those are all. So let's put essence, and one essence bucket is going to be quite a bit. So as you see, they're making the babies, or meanwhile collecting tons of milk, even more than we can. But now these are all of the babies. We seem to be in a bit of a hole with the cows here. Yep, they don't want to breed anymore, so we have stagnated. But you get the premise. 15 mobs over here, and the lamp will shine. Actually, why am I just saying this when I can demonstrate it? So we put more animals and boom, it's lit up. And yeah, this is it for most of the mob machines, but there are a couple of more. Here we've got the mob animal growth increaser, and you can combine it with all of the others. Now I didn't, because until very recently I wasn't sure what this does, and well, it's actually pretty simple. Now if you're confused why I didn't know it, is because it doesn't have info. Yeah, but what it does is it feeds baby animals. Yep. Oh, what? Yeah, it will feed the baby animals, and it will just make them adults quicker. So yeah, just the food of their choice, and with time, not that much, it will make them into adults. So the villager trade exchanger will need another mob imprisonment tool. Yep. Capture a villager. Oh, A crystallizer. Yeah, so this from actual editions. Okay. Well, if we capture it like this, we put it in here, we can see all of its traits. And well, this is just a more convenient way to trade stuff. So we can try it with a couple of more. So, oh, we're getting very lucky with these different villagers from different mods. Yeah, here's a leather worker and a shrub collector. Yep. So let's see the shrub collector. Yeah, you see of the trait recipes. Now I would assume they drain power. I haven't tested this machine because, well, it's quite recent. It's from the very last update. Now the other machines that we have here are going to switch into the crop machines. So we've got the animal byproduct collector, which collects sewage. If you can guess what that is. Yeah, so provide it with power, and let's not keep it paused, and it will slowly collect buckets of sewage. Now we can use this sewage in the sewage compost solidifier to make compost. And you can see that we get fertilizer. Now we'll need this a bit later on. And yeah, now one bucket isn't enough. 2 buckets makes 1 fertilizer. So you need quite a bunch of sewage, quote unquote, to make this. Now there are actually 2 other mob machines, which are the mob slaughter factory and the mob relocator, which are very overpowered machines. The mob slaughter factory, as you see, is very simply made, and so is the relocator. So the relocator will kill any mob in front of it and get essence. The slaughter factory will get liquid meat and pink slime. Now I will explain what those are later on. But yeah, I have tried these machines and they can 3-shot and 1-shot the wither. And just so you don't think I'm bluffing, I will show it to you. We'll kill 2 withers very quickly here. So yeah, let's get the first wither. Put the mob slaughter factory. This is actually the weaker machine because it can 3-shot it only. Yep. Ooh, jeez. That took a bit. Excuse me for that. But 2 shots. And if you want to get a bunch of liquid meat and pink slime, just wait for the wither to be summoning, and you can kill him or harvest meat and pink slime from him. While doing so, well, the machine will probably get broken, but if you have it linked to something, maybe. But yeah, so let's summon another wither. We'll change the machine to the mob relocator, and we'll probably 1-shot him. Yeah, so actually he's still summoning, so let's put him a bit back. Yep, let's wait for the loud explosion. It's coming any second now. Okay, we put him here. 1-shot. Yep, and we get 1 bucket of essence. These machines are very overpowered, so if you're in a skyblock or a mod sync mod pack, these are going to be very beneficial machines. Now let's get into the crop machines. Now we've got these 3 which are interconnected, this one which is connected to one of these, and the sports recreator, which is a very kind of weird machine. But if you need mushrooms, for example, for brewing there, well, it can be useful. So let's get some water. Let's put some mushrooms, and it will simply duplicate the mushrooms using water. Yeah, it's extremely simple. You put more mushrooms, you get more mushrooms. So, like so. Yeah, it's a very simple machine. I don't think I even had to explain it that much, but yeah. So next we've got the plant sour from, it comes back from MFR. The plant and the plant enriched material injector and the plant recollector. Very technical terms. So here we've got the plant sour. Now let's quickly get a worm from actual additions, which we'll need. Now if you see here, if you don't know how it works, we've got here some seeds, and for example this is the top left and it's the red part. It's all over here too, so it will plant only on this side. And if you increase the range on it, which I think you probably can, it will make it more. So yeah. So let's till the ground. Well, the worm is pretty good at that already. So this should be planting anytime. Oh, if we do so, yep. And actually, something kind of weird about the machines is that they can also get achievements. So, for example, if, which stands for Industrial Foregoing, has made the advancement a CD place. It's kind of weird. But yeah. So we've also got the plant enriched material injector, which will use either bone meal or fertilizer, which is better, to make these grow faster. And as you see, they're pretty fast. So yeah, works in the same area of effect. So if we get a bit more bone meal, because the fertilizer ran out pretty quickly, you can see it even works for industrial hemp, which usually grows very slowly. So if you have integration foregoing, you can definitely make industrial hemp not be a bargain. And we've got the plant recollector, which, well, it just collects full-grown crops and their seeds too. So you maybe want to connect this to the plant sour, so that you don't destroy your machine. Now from this you get sludge, and sludge is used for the sludge refiner. It makes random stuff. Refines sludge into better items, and here we can see all of them. So and all of them have a different chance. So for example, clay, dirt, gravel, mycelium, podzol, sand, red sand, and soul sand. Those are the things that you can get. Pretty simple natural material. Now we get into the more miscellaneous machines. So first we've got the block destroyer and the block placer. So the block placer, block destroyer, pretty self-explanatory. So let's just place something in front of this. Breaks it into cobblestone. That's good to keep in mind. Yep. Also the area here is not something special, and like so. Yep. Nothing that weird. Well, it is useful though. Now we've got the lava fabricator. This just creates a lava by getting power, kind of weird. Now we've got the water condensator. This gets water. Let me just empty it out. This collects water if it has a block under it. Now the description for it is kind of misleading because it says creates water when 2 or more water sources are touching one of the sides of the machine. Only one water source is touching only one side of the machine, and it's working perfectly. It doesn't even require power. So yeah. Now here we've got this, which is actually accurate. This is the water resources collector, which when placed on top of a 3x3 of water, it will collect resources from it. And well, it's pretty easy to use. It is like a fishing rod, automatic. Yep. So yeah, and I think you don't need integration foregoing for this. Just everything that can be gotten with a fishing rod, it will collect. For example, of these harvest craft fish. Yeah, and whatever else you could think of. Normal fish, boots, a compass, another fishing rod. Yeah, raw salmon. And so yeah, it's fun. Interesting. If you want to eat fish, well, yeah, it's a simple solution for that. Now next, we've got the die mixer. The die mixer, you put some dice here and it will make some other dice. Now, 1 die equals 1%. So if you see here, got 65. What? 64%. Yeah, it kind of glitched out. Yeah. Yep. So you can use this with lenses over here. Now to craft the lenses, you actually need pink slime, and to get pink slime, now we actually need it. You need to put a slime bucket on the ground and let it solidify into a pink slime. Now I don't think it works in the current version. It's kind of better because I think it was added in the most recent version, so it's kind of buggy. But well, you can just make a recipe or something, a workaround, and you get the pink slime. So you kill these guys. Oh jeez, didn't expect that. Well, infernal mobs, that's what you get. Oh jeez. So yeah, you just kill these little guys. If I can actually hit them, and you get the pink slime. Yeah. They made quite a mess though. And also you've got these hollow ones, the inverted lenses, which I'll touch on later. Yeah, so if we get these lenses now, yeah, let's just get the normal ones. We can make the different colors. So, for example, black, hey, we've got ink sacs. Red, we get red, and it just drains different amounts of dye. The next thing is the resourceful furnace, which cooks things. Sadly, it's one at a time, not 3 at the same time, and this is a way to get essence if you don't wanna kill mobs. Actually, no. You either kill mobs or just cook other stuff, and you get essence like this. It's very little essence, but for a beginning, it works. So yeah. Now, next we've got the black hole units, and these are like the MFUs from MFR, or at least I hope that's how they were called. So they can hold almost an infinite amount of one item. It will keep the contents when broken, so it works like a shulker box. So if we get, I don't know, some stone for example, it will store it. Empty 64, 128. We break it. Oh, well, that doesn't seem to work. Oh. Ah. It seems like there is currently a duplication glitch. Yeah, I think I'll report this one. From all of the bugs, I think this is the most concerning one. And yeah. So yeah, you just collect one item. Now next you've got the black hole controller, which is kind of expensive to make. And it makes sense because you can put 9 black hole units, put items into them, and get items from them. So you can make some crazy automation from this, maybe, but generally it's just useful. And we've also got the black hole tank, which is the same as the others, but for fluids. And yeah, like this. I've got 9 buckets of water already. It's just like a tank. 21 buckets, yeah, quite a lot. And again, you can pick it up, break it. Thankfully, this doesn't have duplication. But yeah. Next, we've got the laser drills. And we have to get the laser base for them to work. And read this. So if you don't know what this is a comeback from MFR, and it is like a quarry. It collects stuff from the ground, but it's a bit different from the one from MFR, because first of all, these have to be touching like this, 1 block distance, not 2 or however long it was. Also, these lasers don't burn you. I've tested it even on survival. Here we go. They don't burn you, and well, you don't need to be heading to you don't need to be touching bedrock or something like that. You just need to have this construction, yeah, and this will make stuff or ores more correctly. So yeah, pretty simple premise. Yeah, and also with this you can check what you get from with the laser lenses. So these are pretty much color preferred. So I don't think it works with all of the ores though. So maybe you would prefer to use something like quarries from other mods, for example, extra utilities or environmental tech, or maybe RF tools. But yeah, you can see we've got iridium, ruby, bauxite. It supports some mods, but not all. So yeah. And if we put the lenses, it will search for this, and you can put 6 lenses at a time if you want to increase your chances for those items. And it will slowly make stuff. So yeah. Now, we've also got the inverted lenses, which are also from the latest update, so I'm not sure if they will work, but from what I gather, these will be... so, for example, you want to get everything but orange ores, like this. So yeah, it can still be useful, but I cannot really show it that quickly. Here, Tesla core, it has some useful items, so let's check them out. First of all, it has some of the crafting recipes here for stuff. So for example, the machine case, the base add-on, which is used for these upgrades, and the diamond gear, which is made like so. Yeah. This, by the way, this mod does want you to have thermal foundation too. Now, I don't think it requires it, but it's preferred, because otherwise some stuff is kind of more difficult to do. And also we've got the wrench, which is just a simple rotating thing, and yeah, just works like an ordinary wrench would do. Now, these upgrades don't work for all machines. Now, the speed upgrade would be great for this, but it doesn't work. Range add-ons are the same. Now, they will work for some stuff. Oh jeez, this has been going on, hasn't it? Oh, yep, it has. So, for example, it doesn't work in the mob duplicator, but if I get something like the animal growth increaser, maybe? No. This doesn't even need this. But yeah, energy upgrades, simple. You just increase the efficiency and the speed. Well, yeah. And you first need to put the level 1 cards before you can put the level 2 cards. So yeah, now we can put a range here. This is probably the least useful machine to put a range upgrade on, but yeah. So they come in different tiers too. So 0, it will make it only 1 block if it already isn't. Range 1 increases it. Actually, yeah, it works for the crop, so let's just show you. So yeah, here it's for 1. Range add-on 1 is going to make it 5 by 5. Range add-on 2 is going to make it 7 by 7. Tier 3, even more. And we go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 is a lot. And these all have interesting recipes, but they're all in vanilla. For example, this one of these I would assume to be copper, but no, it's red sandstone, then glowstone. The tiers here are kind of weird. We've got cobblestone, then lapis, then coal, then quartz, then sandstone, then quartz, then glowstone, excuse me, then iron, then gold, then iron blocks, then diamonds, then prismarine, and then emerald. Now they normalize around here, but I don't think red sand is after quartz. Yeah, it's kind of weird. But yeah. These two machines, which are the only machines from the mod I would call useless, or at least very weird. Now I've got the material stonework factory. This creates cobblestone. And that's it. Now you can use this cobblestone in furnace mode, it will make stone. In 2x2 it will... Actually, does it do anything? No. In grind mode it will make it into gravel, in 3x3 it will make it into compressed cobblestone. So it works for all of the others, and you can make some automation, for example for octuple compressed cobblestone, or you could make sand and maybe something else, glass maybe, or silicone if you have the correct mods. So let's at least show a chain of furnaces. Oh, come on. Yep. So if we just, yeah, let's just make it a bit quicker. Now, oh yeah, my mistake. I meant grind. Yeah. So let's just take off this, and you'll see great silicone. It's kind of missing the others though. It's because we haven't stopped them. So if we grind this, we'll make it into. If we grind this one, excuse me, we'll make it into sand, and the sand will grind into silicone. So yeah, it's kind of a messy machine and doesn't really have that much for use. Now we've also got the ore processor. Now, why do I deem this useless? Because it doesn't work with all ores. Only the ones that drop you as ore, as actual not ores. So in vanilla Minecraft, if you don't have Silk Touch, it is extremely useless. And even most mods make their ores drop as blocks and not as items. So it's pretty obscure. I don't know why it does this, but it does. It also makes essence, supposedly, but I personally haven't seen it make some. But yeah, anyways, the last two parts, the meat feeder and the straw. The meat feeder, we need a fluid transport. Man, I cannot read. We need a fluid transposer from thermal expansion to use this, which is kind of weird. And we need some meat. And what this does is it actually is like an auto feeder. So if you have liquid meat into it, you keep your hunger and saturation. So yeah, if we get a bucket here, liquid meat, and insert it like so, and then put it over here, and we have one bucket. Now if I get hungry, I will use this meat. I don't have a quick way of getting hungry, but with the magic of editing, I'll be hungry right now. Okay, and as you saw, it depleted some of my hunger, and I got it back. And now it's 800 milk buckets. Actually, don't need the magic of editing. I bet that is the real trick there. But you probably noticed that. You're not dumb people. Now, the straw. Well, you drink stuff with it. Now, you also get different effects. So let's first do the machines from industrial foregoing, or the liquids. So, for example, let's start with sewage. This seems like a good thing to start on. So if we drink this, we'll get nausea and slowness. And the nausea is quite severe, so I wouldn't recommend drinking sewage. Yeah. Now, essence, I actually haven't tried drinking this. I would assume it gives me some XP. Yep, it gave me some XP, 12. Yeah, okay, now let's try the rest of this. Liquid meat, I assume is going to be just... Oh no, it's not actually only food, it's saturation and absorption. Huh, nice. Biofuel, I'm not sure this is going to be nice. Oh jeez, it is very nice. Speed and haste. Oh wow. Okay, this is overpowered. Oh wow. Yeah, drink biofuel. It's overpowered. Holy jeez. I broke my lamp here. Let's put it back. Oh my gosh. Biofuel is amazing. Oh, don't drink it in real life though. Now pink slime, yeah, I would assume it's not that drinkable. And sludge probably isn't some of the best. Yeah, wither, blindness and slowness. So better than nausea at least. Kind of. So yeah. And that is going to be it for Simply Industrial Foregoing. I hope you understood what the mod is about, maybe some of the machines you were uncertain for, and I just hope you learned more. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.